A beautiful day to you. On the highlight, Army Chief Shaibu visits Babangida. Abdul Salami vows to improve national security. Court grants 500 million bail to Malami, wife and son. Northern Group condemn Wike's conduct, warn against abuse of power. Thank you for joining us on the Impact News Hour on First Next News Port Harcourt. I am Cassie Tony. Now the news in details. Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Abuja has granted the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, and two others bail in the sum of 500 million with two sureties. The sureties, according to the judge, must have landed property in Asokoro, Maitama, Waripa. He added that they must submit their traveling document to the court. Moving away from that, Electricity Distribution Company, also known as the DISCOS, posted measurable operational gains, with tariff collection efficiency rising to 80.7%, up 4.63 percentage points in the third quarter of 2025. According to the latest data released by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, the increase in revenue signals gradual improvement in revenue recovery amid non-cost reflective tariffs. According to the report, despite the introduction of the Ban A tariff regime, government subsidiaries remain a critical lifeline for the electricity value chain, accounting for 58.63% of total GenCo's invoice in Q3. The federal government paid 458.75 billion naira in electricity subsidies in the quarter under review. The regulator's Q3 report showed that utility companies collected 570.21 billion naira out of the 706.61 billion naira bill to customers between July and September, translating to a collection efficiency of 80.7%. NERC attributed the continued subsidy burden to the freezing of certain end-users' tariffs at July 2024 levels, despite rising generation costs, even as DISCOS recorded marginal improvements in billing and collection efficiencies. In another report, Chief of Army Staff Waji Shaibu has paid courtesy visit to former head of state Ibrahim Babangida and Abdul Salami Abubakar, as well as the Niger Delta government, reaffirming the Nigerian Army's commitment to improving national security and operational effectiveness. A statement by the Acting Director of Army Public Relations, Colonel Apollonia Anele, said the Army Chief briefed the elder statesmen and state authorities on ongoing initiatives aimed at strengthening training, doctrine and operational readiness across Army formations. According to the statement, Lieutenant General Shaibu highlighted several exercises currently underway across Army training institutions, designed to provide realistic, practical, and mission-oriented training for personnel. He explained that the exercises also serve to assess the operational posture of combat units and identify gaps requiring additional manpower, equipment, or new formations. Speaking on the security situation in Niger State, the COAS emphasized the strategic importance of the state, citing its vast landmass and unique security challenges. He said the Army was consolidating available resources and leveraging technology to respond effectively to emerging threats. The Army chief disclosed that he had undertaken operational visits to the 31st, 11th, and 18th Brigade in Baida, where he assessed operational gaps and directed the provision of critical resources to address recent security challenges in parts of the state. In their separate remarks, former head of state Babangida and Abubakar commended the COAS for his leadership, professionalism, and strategic vision, congratulating him on his appointment and offering prayers for wisdom and success. Still in the news, gunmen suspected to be bandits have adopted a photojournalist at the Dohanu 2 community in Chinkong local government area of Kaduna State. The photojournalist Umar Iyale, who is currently nursing an undisclosed ailment, was abducted on Monday night at around 9 p.m. from his residence. The spokesperson of the Kaduna State Police Command, DSP Masya Hassan, confirmed the incident, saying the command has launched an operation to apprehend the bandits and rescue the victim. He appealed to residents of Danhanu, Millennium City, to assist security agencies with credible information that could aid the rescue operation. The latest incident comes after almost 2 years residents of Kaduna State have enjoyed relative peace and security due to the state government's collaborative and strategic approach with security agencies towards security improvement in many communities. Now on health. The Joint Health Sector Union yesterday faulted the federal government's recent circular reviewing the retirement age in Nigeria's health sector, warning that the policies selectively favor one cadre. The union also said the development threatens equity, teamwork, and efficiency in healthcare delivery. In an open letter to the office of the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, OHCSF, JOHESU expressed deep concern over what it described as a discriminatory implementation of a policy that was originally conceived to benefit all health workers. JOHESU recalled that it has been at the forefront of the agitation for an increase in the retirement age of health workers for over 15 years, stressing that the demand formed a core part of all 8 memoranda of understanding signed with the federal government between 2014 and 2024. The union noted that the proposal was rejected several times, including as recently as December 2025. JOHESU maintained that it was its intervention that eventually led to presidential approval of the policy. In another news, the federal government says the ongoing standoff with the National Association of Resident Doctors, NAD, was due to structural and policy issues rather than neglect. A statement by the Director, Information and Public Relations, Alaba Balogun, says the Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Adekunle Salako, made this known while appearing on a television program that some of the outstanding demands of doctors were constrained by existing civil service rules and approved schemes of service. He also revealed that, as a mark of its concern for the plight of the workers, the federal government has approved a 90 billion annual increase in health workers' allowances. According to Salako, the increment covers call duty, shift duty, non-clinical duty, and rural posting allowances, and was reached through joint negotiations involving all health workers groups. He explained that past negotiations were often fragmented, with different health professional groups engaging the government separately. leading to conflicting agreements on pay parity and relativity and triggering repeated industrial actions. Moving away from that, National Chairman of All Progressive Congress, APC, Professor Netawe Iwada, has projected that Plateau State would deliver more than 1 million votes for President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 general election, declaring that the state's political landscape has shifted decisively in favor of the ruling party. Iwada made the prediction during an APC stakeholders meeting for Pakshin, Kange and Kanim Federal Constituency, held at the MNS Resort Hotel in Pakshin. According to him, APC has become significantly stronger in Plateau State compared to the 2023 election cycle. He insisted that the political forces that once mounted stiff resistance against the party had now aligned with it. In another report, the coalition of northern groups has expressed deep concern over what it described as a series of irresponsible action by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, warning that his action posed a threat to democratic governance and institutional integrity in Nigeria. The CNG cited what it described as the most glaring example of overreach as the alleged manipulation of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) against Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed. A statement by its national coordinator Jamilu Aliyu Charanchi, the coalition accused Wike of repeatedly overstepping the boundaries of his office and interfering in matters beyond his constitutional mandate. The group warned that Wike does not have a monopoly on power or political influence, adding that in the fullness of time, excesses are often repaid in equal measure. We now bring you the foreign scene. U.S. President Donald Trump has been discussing a range of options to acquire green land, including use of the military. The White House told newsmen that acquiring Greenland, a semi-autonomous region of fellow NATO member Denmark, was a national security priority. The statement came hours after European leaders issued a joint statement rallying behind Denmark, which has been pushing back against Trump's ambitions for the Arctic island. President Trump repeated over the weekend that the U.S. needed Greenland for security reasons, prompting Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen to warn that any attack by the U.S. would spell the end of NATO. And that's it on the Impact News this hour. Many thanks for watching. I am Kasitoni. Bye for now.